Hi guys, happy Sunday. Today I just wanted to really get into how I've changed my lifestyle. I kind of want to talk about my weight loss journey and how I was able to keep the weight off. I feel like my last video, or my first video that I posted on YouTube, it was pretty much just a overall big picture, and I kind of just want to get more in depth with it and give you guys some tips and advice. I'm gonna focus more on the mental aspects, what helped me mentally get past certain things. I feel like I started really caring about my body and my body image when I was 15. So at 15, I didn't really, I started looking in the mirror, whether it was because of society or cultural reasons, I'm not sure. I didn't really like what I saw. I didn't like specifically my stomach area. I always felt like it could be more defined. And so I would go through these phases between the ages of 15 and, wow, until like 29. I would go through these phases where I didn't like what I saw. I would go on a crash diet for about a month and I would lose the weight. I would probably lose like 10 to 15 pounds within a month, and I would lose the weight, but I would do it in an unhealthy way, meaning I didn't eat a lot. And there were days that I just would not eat as many calories as I should have, and I feel like I definitely had food issues at that time in my life, maybe when I was like in my teenage years. Looking back at it, there were issues with food. I wouldn't say anorexia issues, but I would definitely say I had problems with food. So I would go through these phases where I didn't like what I saw, and I would go on a crazy drastic diet, and it would be, one, to flatten out my stomach, and two, I would do it to challenge myself. I always enjoyed that mental challenge, feeling like I've accomplished something, and that's what would start the whole thing. So I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then in a month I'm gonna look like this, and I'm gonna feel so good about myself. So it would take me a month to 2 months, and then after I'd get what I thought I wanted, which was a nice flat stomach, I would go back to eating how I was eating, not working out whatsoever, not training, because I felt like it was a reward. Like, oh, I did this for a month, now I can reward myself with not working out and eating everything in the world. I had the biggest sweet tooth, so I would go ham with chocolate and cakes and cookies. So I did that for, and it's really, really sad to say, but I did that for like 15 years, up and down. It was a yo-yo dieting decade. Looking back at that, it's really sad, you know, just to not be happy with your body for that long. It's terrible. And it wasn't until my brother suggested that my family do a competition. And if you guys know us, know my family, you know that that we are very competitive. So we're always doing these random competitions. So this time it was to see who lost the most body fat, and we did it for 3 months. And if you know me, obviously I love competition as well. So I saw it as a challenge, another challenge that I can do. So me and my sister ended up winning, and I went from 155 pounds to 125, and that was the biggest weight loss that I had. This was about 2 years ago. It was the biggest weight loss I had, and it was the longest amount of time that I actually stayed committed to losing weight. And I think the time that I gave myself really helped me to create certain habits that kept me from going back to what I used to do, which was crash diet. And then once I lost the weight, it was a little bit easier to just continue that lifestyle, because one, it took a lot of work. Obviously it took a lot of work to lose that weight, so I didn't want to go backwards. And two, I had these systems in place. I had these certain habits that I was doing every single day. And three, I noticed how different I felt physically and mentally. So I felt a lot more free. I felt stress-free. I used to get headaches and backaches constantly, and that went away. I definitely had more energy. I'm already an energetic person as it is, but once I started working out more often, I realized how much more energy I have. And realizing these things and staying very aware and conscious of how I was feeling and how my new lifestyle had affected my physicality and my mentality. I think that's the reason that I decided that I'm not gonna go back to yo-yo dieting. I'm gonna continue on this journey that I'm on and continue doing specific things to keep me from yo-yo dieting ever again. I started noticing the physical benefits of working out and eating cleaner. All these aches and pains were gone. I was less bloated and I had more energy. Mentality wise, it has done wonders. I can't even express how much I've changed in the past 2 years. But this is the reason I wanted to create this video today. I want to focus mostly on the mentality behind it all. So mentally, I started noticing that I was more confident, and I took the same principles that I was using in the gym, which was make sure you get it done. If you go in there with a set goal, you're gonna accomplish it. And don't be a wuss. Don't punk out. Finish your sets, finish your reps, do what you have to do in order to finish. And that way you'll feel great. I'm 1000% sure that if I didn't have this mentality now, I wouldn't have kept going with this lifestyle. I would have went back to how I used to be, which was letting myself go. It always starts with your mentality. It's all a mental game, you guys. Here are my 3 mental tips that I feel you definitely need to incorporate when you're changing your lifestyle. The first one is determine why you want to reach this goal. Obviously, you have to set a goal first, and I'm assuming that you guys already have a goal because you're watching my channel or this video. Determine why you want to, for example, why you want to lose 10 pounds. The reason you need to determine why you want to lose weight or why you want to tone up is because it's really going to help you when it comes to sticking to your program or being motivated or not letting negative moments in your life get you off track. So whenever something negative happens or you're dealing with something like life, you have to remember why you started doing what you were doing in the first place. And for me, sometimes, yeah, I lack motivation like everyone else. There are days that I'm not motivated. I don't want to work out or I don't want to go food shopping. But then I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm working out, why I'm going to the gym, and it's because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel amazing. Like I feel like I can take over the world when I'm done with a sweaty session at the gym. So just remembering why in the moment, like if you don't feel motivated to get off the couch and do what you said you were gonna do, you have to remember why you said you were gonna do that in the first place. Make sure your reason is strong enough to keep you going. Make sure it's something that's going to be powerful enough to get you off that couch. Feeling good and feeling confident and having more energy makes me get off the couch. And that brings me to my next tip, which is staying motivated. Now, they go hand in hand, but they're kind of different. So, like I said, everyone has their days where they're not motivated whatsoever, but you have to go and find that motivation. I would suggest keeping visuals around you. So anything that represents your goal, anything that you feel is going to help you continue chasing your goal, keep it around you, whether it be on your phone, on your laptop, in your room. Take pictures and print them out, put it on your wall, have it in your face, keep it on the fridge. Do what you have to do in order to see that motivation, because we have days where we just don't want to do anything, and that's natural, that's normal. For me, what really helped was visualizing how I was gonna look and how I was gonna feel after I lost that initial 30 pounds. And that really works for me, and just keeping that motivation around you and in your head is so important, you guys, and it's something that I stress. If you know me, you know that I'm all about staying positive and keeping motivation around you to continue chasing your goals. This is so important as well. Having a support system, having somebody as your cheerleader, somebody there to get you through the tough times, get you through those times that you just want to pick up a donut or have like the whole cake to yourself. Having someone there to tell you no, one, and two, to remind you of what you set out to do, to remind you of your goals and how important it is and why you're chasing these goals. And for me personally, that was my sister. Like, I used to live with my sister last year, and she was kind of like my accountability partner. Like, we didn't let each other slack. Like, I can't stress how important that is, to have somebody in your corner really just push you to do things that you don't want to do in the moment that are going to really be beneficial. And so let me just summarize everything that I talked about, because I know it was just like everywhere. So I want you to determine the reason you want to lose weight, or you want to fit into that dress, or you want to look good, whatever it is. Determine the reason, right? And it has to be very, very strong reason. The second thing I want you to do is think about what motivates you, what gets you up in the morning, what gets you off that couch. What happened last week when you went to yoga class? You didn't want to, but you actually went. And three, I want you to identify your support system. Who can be there for you? Who is always there to help guide you or to help you through life? Who's somebody that you're close to that can really just help you out whenever you need that extra support, or whenever you need a friend, somebody to talk to? Identify who that person is and ask them if they can hold you accountable. So those are my 3 mental tips. I have so many, you guys. I have a lot more coming. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and I will definitely be sure to do them. I love talking about this stuff, so I'm here at your disposal. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family if you thought it was helpful, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.